Hello, I'm Jessica from BU Hypnotherapy. I am here to talk about meaningful sleep because I think it's something that we lose sight of and we forget how important it is to be intentional and mindful about our sleep. So, let me share with you what happens while you're asleep and the body is fully restful and relaxed when you really are going in to get a good night's rest. Your brain is actually taking care of itself. It is cleansing itself, it's resetting. Through your dreaming, you're venting out the things you no longer need, that no longer serve you. Whether you remember the dreams or not, this is how your mind is operating while you take a night off. But what happens is when you have limited sleep or you have interrupted sleep or you're full of stress and anxiety, it does not allow your body to take care of itself the way it was created to take care of itself. And that's where you wake up irritable, foggy, you're not having clarity of mind, you're just struggling with things more so. And that's why it's really important to be intentional about the quality of your sleep. We say the quality of your thoughts determine the quality of your life. Well, the same thing, the quality of your sleep determines the quality of your next day. It's that important. So, your brain also while you're sleeping sorts the day's events and it tries to predict the next day's events. So if you're going to sleep with worry and anxiety, guess what? It's going to predict more worry and anxiety for the next day. So you want to do the opposite of that. You want to predict positivity, fantastic outcomes, surprises, things that are going to support you in your growth and achieving your goals, things like that. So here's what you're going to do. So when you come home from work, or if you happen to be parenting from home, you really need to have a self-care plan. This is your plan for you, how to take care and nurture you. Even if you say, Jessica, I only have 10 to 15 minutes to myself, or I can carve out 10 to 15 minutes for myself, I'm willing to do that. That's perfectly fine. Use that time to, let's say, take a shower. And when you're in that shower, instead of rushing through the shower, stop, breathe, breathe out 3 to 4 seconds. Do that 3 or 4 times. And this is going to indicate to the body that it's time to go within and that we are calm, we are feeling good, and we are ready to relax. It literally physiologically communicates like that at the cellular level. Okay, and then imagine or visualize the shower, just getting rid of worry, stress. You can see the words coming down, whatever words, whatever, maybe it's heartache, maybe it's a pain that's hurting, maybe it's illness, whatever it is. Allow yourself to see and imagine and visualize that going right down and into the drain and away and out of the body. To incite the state, you can also use a word like calm or comfort. And imagine and visualize the spelling of that word, calm, C-A-L-M, as it circles around your mind, clarifying it. I feel oftentimes tingling sensation. It's so soothing. It feels so good. I can feel it right now. And allow that to put you in a state of balance and homeostasis. That is the ideal state. That is the reset state, right? Homeostasis. Now, you can do that before you go to bed as well. You can do that in an upright position. I mean, I would do it in an upright position because if you're already laying down, you're going to fall out. You're going to just go right to sleep and you might go sleep with heaviness. You may have not cleared it out yet. It's important to clear it out. So part of clearing it out is also forgiving the day's events, just forgiving yourself. We have so much negative self-talk that you don't even realize it. Let me tell you how you'll realize it. If I tell you, I want you to go 24 hours without saying one negative thing or thinking one negative thing, it's very hard to do it. Try it. Some people, it takes them 21 days or more before they get it, but when they get it, it feels so good. But it's a good lesson to be learned that we need to speak to ourselves in the positive much more so than what we naturally are inclined to do, which is speak to ourselves in the negative. If you have a negative encounter with somebody, if you reacted to someone instead of responding, forgive yourself. Forgive that person. Maybe you were driving and somebody pissed you off. Forgive that person. Forgive yourself for what you said or what you showed them, maybe a middle finger or something like that. Forgive it. Let it go. Okay? And I want you to replace that with gratitude and appreciation. Maybe you had a conversation with someone that was so difficult and what they said to you hurt so much. But where is the opportunity for expansion? Where is the positive in there? There's something there that can help you grow and expand, even if it means you feeling like you have to be bigger in the situation from a spiritual place, bigger than the transgression that occurred, right? So replace the transgression with forgiveness and then fill that space with gratitude. Now, some other fun things that I use. Um, I have a very strong relationship with God, and I use devotionals, things like this one, God's Wisdom for Your Life. There's so many online. This is the women's edition, and there's men's editions. And I love the fact that I can like pray over something, bring something to God, and then just open the book wherever it lands and read what the words are. There are also motivational quotes from famous people, really wonderful words of wisdom. And I can use those words to apply it for the next day and say, the whole next day, I'm setting the intention that I'm going to live by those words and see what happens. It's really neat. So, some of you like to journal, which is fantastic, releasing some of those worries into a journal. But let's talk about in the positive, right? The mental bank ledger, or you can use any book or journal that you wish. And I like this because I'm more of a structured person in terms of when I'm writing, and I can list all my positive experiences of the day. What did I do to propel my goal forward? Let's say I have a 30-day goal. What was from small to mid-sized to large, bold moves that I did supporting my goal to propel it forward, and I just list it. Why is that important? Because first of all, you're writing it. Write it in cursive, by the way. Freehand, like it's just going. The deeper you go, the more connected you are to your mind and your creative space, and your mind thinks in images and metaphors. So it's really, really an effective tool. And I start being grateful for every from the smallest little things to the biggest things. And then what I do is instead of saying my affirmations, which you can do, I actually list the next day what's going to happen. I start claiming it before it even happened. I want you to do the same. Claim your day. I'm going to have an amazing day with with one or two surprises, and supporting my goal, where doors are going to open in this particular area of my life that's going to lead me to the goal that I want to achieve. Whatever it is that you want to do. Maybe it's I want to tomorrow I'm going to have a full day of gratitude where nothing can affect me in any kind of way. No matter what challenge comes my way, I will respond with gratitude. And so that predictor makes your reticular activating system focus in the back of the brain, focus on that goal so much that you start to attract those things to you. It's really neat. Now, I want to encourage you to let your inner child go wild. And you can do that with coloring. Coloring is great because, like, let's say you are somebody who's a heavy thinker. Lots of ideas always going through your mind. I always have that going on. Maybe you're worried, or maybe you have anxiety. Maybe there's sadness. Break it. You can do a light-hearted activity that requires some focus, which is key. And coloring is extraordinary for that. Super, super effective. So this one is called Coloring for Tranquility. Color your way to happiness and harmony. How wonderful to go to bed with happy and harmonious thoughts. So the funny thing about this is when I got it, I was thinking I needed to do the whole page in one day, which this looks really pretty, but it started to feel like a task. If it feels like that, you better stop, redirect. This is not about adding another task. This is about being unattached to the outcome. That is super key. So what I do, let me see if I can find this page, you guys, okay? Now I say to myself, I'm just gonna pick one flower, and let's say it's this one. One flower, and I'm gonna focus on that. This has been across weeks, and I still haven't finished this page. At this rate, I will have this coloring book for my eternal life, and I'm okay with that. It's not about the outcome. It's about enjoying the present moment of coloring. Also on Amazon, I got relaxing lavender. This is like a tin canister, and it keeps it very fresh and cool. So when you spray it, it feels so refreshing. It's like just amazing right before you go to bed. Spray it on your pillows, spray it on your blankets. Some of you like to have a blanket right above you. Spray that lavender scent, or pick a scent that just soothes you immediately as soon as you smell it. And then I also have a diffuser and therapeutic grade peppermint oil. I have lavender oil, of course, my favorite. There's lemongrass. And what I like about the diffusers, you can pick ones with colors. Mine has colors, and I can make them pastel or primary colors. I can let it sit on soft blue, which I love, or it can kind of go and rotate between all the other colors, and you can set it on different timers, like 1 hour, 3 hours, 6 hour. I like to run it for 6 hours, half hour before bed I start it, and by the time I get into bed, the room smells so incredible without being overpowering. You dilute it with some water, and it works really nicely. So those are some tips, and I look forward to hearing some of the tips that you wish to share with me. I love to try new things, especially when it comes to mindfulness and well being. Today was about meaningful sleep. Go and enjoy your meaningful sleep. Dream beautifully. You may or may not remember it, it's working in your favor. And tomorrow you will wake up with a beautiful sense of well being and purpose in your life and gratitude, ready to take on the day. I'm Jessica with BU Hypnotherapy.